if you guys are gonna be able to catch Radford, you kind of have to, I guess, have to have this like win the next game in front of you type mindset.
Yeah.
How important has that been for you, like individually this year, as you tried to like win playing time and get in the win?
I mean, it's been tough. Just being ready. Just whenever he's ready to call my name, just staying ready, staying confident. My teammates, they help me build my confidence up. Coach staff just telling me be ready. So that's how I just go into practice.
Yeah. How did you feel? So you got your first start the other day, played really well. How did it feel to get a second start? Like, I mean, because maybe the first, I don't know, maybe that's in your mind, but how did it feel to start a second game in a row?
I mean, it feels good. It was one of my goals coming into my sophomore year is to, try to get in the starting lineup. And I really wasn't impressed on when it was coming, just being ready when it's coming. And I'm trying to take advantage of it right now.
Yeah. Ferg, the two of you guys who played really well the last two games, what is it? What does Chuck Charles bring to the team when he's playing like he's been playing?
Well, he's a great scorer. We see that in practice, and then just on defense, taking care of what he has to take care of. That was one thing that would try to limit his playtime, but he's been on it even in practice, and then stole the gold jersey from me a couple weeks in a row, so got him in the lineup, and he's been taking care of business.
Yeah. Chuck, how tough does Josh become for defenders when he's making threes like he's been making?
Tough, because he can, not many big men like him can, get out on the perimeter and make something happen. And by him doing that, it puts a lot of pressure on other teams. And that's a big contribution to our team, that he can come out on the perimeter and knock down the three.
Yeah. You think you guys can reel in Radford?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. We just got to take care of game by game. We just been about the next game and not worry about that. That'll come if we just chop wood every day.
We talked a lot about the rebounding advantage. You guys out-rebounded them 48-29, had a big offensive rebound advantage too. How big was that for you guys in leading up to this game and during the game?
That was big for us. That's something we always stress, offensive rebounding, so we try to crash every time. And then when we realize they're not crashing, it's just you smell blood, you want to keep going. And then they kind of try to start boxing back harder, but if we just keep going, we'll get a few.
Can you all talk about the balanced scoring today? 5 guys with double figures in terms of what that means for you going forward, and how much of that should you rely on?
I mean, we got multiple guys that can go in and get 20 each and every night. I mean, that's what make our team special. You can't just key on one or two of players. We got 3, 4, and even players coming off the bench that can give you 20 as well.
Talk about the ability to that big play. Bjorn hits the three when they come out, when the inbounds play, they're pressing y'all and trapping. Gave us some trouble on Thursday night, but executed that with perfection, it seemed like.
Yes, we had to go over that a lot in practice. They gave us trouble over at Charleston Southern, so we stressed that. And then once he hit that three, kind of loosened it up because they know they can't really use that against us right now. So we've been working on that. That was real big.
Hampton's hard to guard. Give them a lot of credit. Morrow and Fisher are as explosive scoring combination is in our league, and it's hard to guard both of them. So you look at the box score. I mean, each of them they averaged 30. So that's the tip of the cap to them. They're very, very, very hard to guard. I mean, I like to think we tried. Our game plan was to try to make them labor. Try to make them tough contested shots, and they shot 25 attempts and 22 attempts to get there. But they had 60 between the two of them. They're good, really good. I give them a lot of credit. And Buck's a really, really good coach. What I'm proud of our guys is how evenly dispersed our shot attempts were and our scoring in this game. We've really been harping on Nick to not only be a scorer but also facilitate as well and read the game a little bit more, take what the defense gives you and get other guys involved. And I feel like he's doing that without taking his foot off the accelerator in terms of his aggressiveness to score the ball. When he leads us in assists, that's usually a really, really good thing. And played 9 guys, at least 13 minutes, which is really, really good. To be able to play the pace we play, it's nice to be able to go that deep into the bench and get good, productive performances from a lot of guys. But, when we're at our best and everything's firing at the right time and firing right, all 5 guys are dangerous threats on the floor. And, when our 5-man goes 4 for 8 for 3, 6 for 11 from the field, that's difficult to guard. So, but it's a credit to our guys. They were really trying to stay attached. floor was relatively open because they were trying to take away the three. And, we had to attack that paint and attack the basket, but be productive once we got there. Sometimes we made bad decisions. Sometimes, we shot bad shots once we got in there. But I think when we went in with the right mentality of taking what the game gives you, whether it's to score or to distribute, good things happen.
Chuck is kind of had to wait his turn this year and do his thing, kind of buy his time to get his chance, and he's really taking it. And if you guys are going to be able to catch Radford, I think you have to do the same, just win the next game in front of you. How much does kind of that mindset that Chuck seems to have sort of embodied, how much could that be helpful as you guys come down to this important stretch of the year?
He's an example
Yeah.
of not worrying about, you said catching Radford, we're not even talking about Radford.
Right.
We're not talking about catching anything. I mean, I think the standings and all that stuff is for you guys,
Sure.
for fans. You just got to focus on the next one, because the next one we have is a team that kicked our butt at their place.
Yeah.
So that's what we focus on, just preparation. And our guys bounced back to those 2 losses was very pleasing. That was something that I'm proud of our guys for. And it's just because I think we've had a week and a half of really, really good practices and preparation. Charles is a great example. Stories have already been written, things I've already said about him, but I mean it. He's at the point he's at right now just because he never wavered. He never got his head down. He never pouted. He never, he had bad days sometimes and didn't play well, but that kid just comes every day and wants to get better. And he's self-aware. He knows what his weaknesses are. And he works tirelessly to improve them. He learned from Adam Pickett. Told the story many times, but Adam had to wait his turn too. Playing behind really good guards. Adam never complained. Adam never had bad attitudes. He never hung his head, ever. If his job was to be on the scout team, he tried to tear people apart on the scout team. And he was always in the gym working on his game and film. Chuck's done the same thing, and it's great to see the fruits of all his labor.
Yeah. How happy were you with the rebounding deficit? I mean, that was a big deal, I thought, because he had some turnovers in there, but it seemed like it really was able to offset some of them with those second chances.
Yeah, we're a good rebounding team.
Yeah.
We got tough kids.
Yeah.
We do. We fight and pursue the ball, and it's a strength of ours for sure.
Yeah.
You talk a lot about putting foul pressure on them. When you look at the difference in free throws taken and just talk about going to the paint too, how big of a deal was that today?
Yeah, I mean, it's every game's different. You look at our game the other day at Charleston Southern. I mean, we're an attacking team. Everybody thinks we're a 3-point shooting team. We're an attacking team. Spread you out, and we drove the ball at Charleston Southern. I think with 4 minutes to go in the game, we hadn't shot a free throw yet. Just the way the game goes. Sometimes it just goes that way. And then made a couple, we had some down the stretch and we got fouled and everything, but sort of it worked the other way for us this time. Sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, but they dared us to drive. They dared us to drive because they weren't going to leave our 3-point shooters. And you got to take what the defense gives you. And it was one-on-one most of the time. They have good one-on-one defenders. That's why I think in the second half we adjusted a little bit better and start making better decisions when we touch the paint on our drives.
You had 5 players in double figures today. Obviously, that's what you want. You want that balance. But going forward, is that something that you are expecting more of, or like you say, that it comes from game to game?
Well, it's a long season, and we're not perfect all the time. And when we're never perfect, but when we're really flawed as a team, one guy or 2 guys has an extraordinary high number of field goal attempts. If you look at our overall statistics since day one, we have 5 guys almost in double figures, close to 6. I think maybe 3, 4, 4 and 5, maybe you're getting 9 a game, something like that. We basically have 5.5 guys in double figures. That's who we are. We're a well-rounded team with a lot of pieces, not superstars. We don't have a Xavier Cooks anymore, and I miss him. We don't have a Keon Johnson anymore, and I miss him. He's great players. You want great players. We knew from day one we didn't have that. So we had to be a team, or we have to be a team moving forward that is good collectively on both ends of the floor.
When you play a team that runs a pace like they do, it's very easy to settle for shots and take contested shots. How happy are you with the effort of not settling for shots and still moving the ball around on offense?
Yeah, we play very fast and they play very fast. So I knew it was going to be a high-scoring game, and it was. You know, hopefully people enjoyed it. You know, I enjoy it when the buzzer sounds for about 10 minutes. But you know, what we're going to take, we're not slowing down. If one of our shots that we try to generate appears, we're taking it. You know, so I mean, we didn't say it helps when we get ball movement. You know, if we get too stagnant and it's one pass, that's not good. Ball movement, people movement is obviously really good, and it makes us harder to guard. But we're going to take the shots that we want when they present themselves. But I think overall, we didn't settle. You probably made a good point.
Coach, I know it doesn't always show up in points, you know, when people see what Charles has done. But can you talk about Adam? He's been kind of in and out of the starting lineup, but still seems to bring a foundation.
Yeah, Adam was one of the guys, I don't know if I said it now or I said it on the radio interview, but one of the guys I acknowledged after the game because I've really been on him about his offensive rebounding. And it's just something that's been kind of plowing in hard ground, as Coach Brasser used to say, getting him to pursue the ball. And he's starting to do that, and he had 3 offensive rebounds today. So that was big for us, for sure.